Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and in this one I'm using all of the new colours and I'm making a tag book. So I'm starting off with mustard, and I'm just going to have a play with some analogous colours that work with each of these brand new colours. So this is cheddar. Look how pretty that is with mustard. It does play nicely together. So I'm just going to create some backgrounds that are starting off with the new colour and using other colours that kind of play nicely together. So this is blushing as well, and you'll be able to see this layers really nicely over the top. So I just want to create a really simple analogous background, and like I say, using all of the colours. This is, I think that does look like mustard over the top of there as well, so really nice. Okay, so next I'm using Malachite. It's a really pretty blue, probably quite similar to the turquoise actually, but it's really nice. And then this is sapphire over the top. And some more turquoise as well. Really nice. Raspberry. I haven't added any gesso to these tags either. This is just kind of as they are. And then that is carnation. And a little bit of rouge over the top of that, I think. It might be. Oh, okay, so this is sapphire. You can see how nicely these colours just play with all the colours that are already in Dina's line. They just all work really, really nicely together. That was peacock. And then a little bit of turquoise. And then this is iris. I think this is one of my favourites. I think that's going to play really nicely with orchid as well. I can't wait to try that together with that and malachite. That'll be really pretty. And blackberry, of course, that just had to be tried, didn't it? Really, look at those, aren't they just so pretty? And that will be heather over the top of that one. And then this is cocoa. This is the lovely warm brown. I'm not really into browns, to be honest, but I do really like this one. I think it's really lovely. Plays really nicely with sand and syrup. And just adding a bit of white as well is quite a fun way to use these new colours. So then I just edged all the tags using some black archival ink, just to kind of give them that finished look around the edges. These are going to end up being stuck back to back in a tag book, so I was only decorating one side of each of the tags. And then I'm going to use some of Dina's brand new transparencies to decorate these tags, just to kind of start to pull them together. So I'm using some figures from Focus Point Set 1 and some of the typography from the typography set 1 as well, and just kind of laying them out and working out where I want things to go. I love the fact that there's a good mix of faces in this set, and here I'm using some ultra thick gel medium to stick these in place. You can see I'm popping them on and then giving them a really good burnish with my hand afterwards, just to make sure that they stick really well. Then I'm also going to use some of the most recent stamp set release from Dina. This was from last year, just so that on a couple of the tags I can use some other elements as well, kind of just playing with how these things are all going to work together. And then to give a common theme to all the tags, I'm going to add some white dots, pulling them across all the tags as well. So I've grabbed some of the stamps that I really, really like, and picked some older ones as well. just to mix it up a bit. And then this is one of those fabulous suns from Sun and Moon, I think, from the Focal Point set 1. And I'm just adding a bit of colour to the back of this just to make it pop off the tag, so you can see it a bit more easily when it's on there. And I've added a bit of colour to the cheeks on the sun as well, because why not? It's a fun thing to do. I think, yeah, then I'm just adding those dots onto the tags too, so that they've all got that common theme on them. And then I'm using some of the Alpha blocks, Alpha stamps, just to add some text onto some of these tags as well. This one is sassy. Don't you think that this figure has got a sort of sassy look about it? I know what I'm doing. That's what it made me think of. So that's why I've put the word sassy, and I'm going to be like, I think it says be sassy or stay sassy or something like that. Yeah. So one of the fun things that I like to do when Ranger are really kind enough to send me Dina's things to have a play with is to try and mix them up with some of the previous releases and some of my favourite things too, just to kind of grab those and play with them together and see how those things work with each other. So here, just adding those white dots again. And I don't actually show sorry, excuse me, how I assemble the tag book at the end, because I have shown that in other videos, and it would have made this video super long, so nobody needs to sit and watch one that's that long. Yeah, just kind of showing you how I've pulled these tags together really, and I'll show you the book at the end. And there are lots of videos online of how to make a tag book, how you assemble it. So here I'm just stamping the word journey. I tend to keep all my alphabet stamps right next to my desk, because I don't know about any of you that are watching, but if I can't see my supplies and the things that I've got, I forget to use them. So having things where I can see them helps me remember that they're there. So it's quite useful. So it's your journey. And then I'm using some of the type ledger papers just to add some quotes onto some of these too, and also cutting out some hearts to pop onto the figures. That's something else that I really, really like to do. These are quite tiny as well. And then I decided I would get some of the glosses out, the fluorescent glosses, and add some splatters to these as well. I'm just using a fan brush because I wanted to try and control the splatters a bit more than I could just using the dropper. As I've said many a time, I like to decorate my studio when I'm doing splattering. It goes everywhere, so I was able to just have a bit more control doing this. So I'm trying to use colours that act as a complement with the tag, so like using the opposite colour to the one that's on the background, just to help give them a bit of a pop and bring them alive. And you can see there I'm just blotting those drops off the words because you couldn't read them anymore. So I'm just kind of carrying on with that, finishing those splats off on my tags. And then it came to making a cover for the tag book. So I decided I would cover a couple of tags using some typed ledger paper. So that would be my background. And then I was just going to create like a checkerboard of paint, using all the new paints just to make a kind of patchwork pattern of colours, one for the front, one for the back of my tag book. So that is kind of what you're watching here. I'm just patchworking those colours together. No, not really overthinking it, no rhyme or reason. I'm just popping the colours on and kind of going for it, really. And this kind of shows you how nicely these colours play together too. I just love that blue, isn't it gorgeous? Okay, and then I'm going in with a bit of stenciling over the top. So I'm just using a little bit of white on a blending tool, not too much, just to give a little bit of pattern to the covers and just to push those colours away a little bit, not too much, just a bit. Doing the same on the front as the back, and then a little bit of text as well. And there I've used cocoa for that as well. And then I'm adding a bit of stamping. And some dots, of course. And then that's my front and back cover. So I also created, using a piece of the canvas tape, sticky back tape, I'm just adding some dots onto that. I'm going to pop a piece of that on the front of the front cover, adding some white gloss splatters. And once that was dry, I then tore some the white dotty canvas tape into strips and popped a strip on the front, and I'm just going to put some hearts down the centre of there, so that that is my my front cover. So here are the tags ready to be assembled together. Like I say, you can find lots of videos of how to do this. I think there are some ones on my YouTube channel where I do go through this process. But this is a really simple way to create a little book, particularly using tags. So this is a little playthrough of the tag book once it was complete, and I've added some tabs onto it as well using the new transparencies as well. But you can see it shows really nicely how these colours play together and play with the other colours in Dina's line, with some of the other colours, not all of them obviously. I love the clarity of the transparency images, and I know what Dina means when she says that she's almost not stamping so much because the transparencies are just so now and quick and easy to use. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed this video, a little bit longer than normal. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.